This is Red Dog Terrain. Welcome back to the shed. Today we're building the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Got it in one. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway. I've been fascinated by it for years now, and it's been on the build board for a while. Today we tackle this amazing structure. I was unable to find blueprints or dimensions of the building, so I did my best, measuring people next to doorways and pictures, extrapolating from there, and kinda guessing the rest of it. It's basically a thin right triangle buried in the mountainside. That's easy, right? The door is just dollar store foam board with plastic tubes that I got from a second-hand craft store. The pink on the end of the tubes is a spackle. Above the door is a large vent. At first, I was going to try and use thin cut cardstock, but that didn't work. I figured I could do the same with foam if I had the correct angles. I really should have taken my time here, maybe done them on the Proxon, but I was so excited about the build, I just stumbled forward, and it came out okay. In a rare stroke of forethought, I secret sauced behind the vents, because I knew how difficult it would be later. If you're enjoying the video, I sure wouldn't mind if you would give me a comment or a thumbs up. Thanks. In real life, the building has large blocks as the main outer walls. To mimic this, I cut a shallow groove with my X-Acto knife, and then deepened and widened them with a pen. After that, everything got a coat of the secret sauce, which is of course just black paint and Mod Podge. This step provides a bit of a base coat, but is there more to strengthen and protect the foam. The blocks have these holes in them. I assume this is where steel rods went in to keep the building together. I'm not an architect, I have no idea. I mimicked these holes by pushing a pin into the foam. It was always 3 holes per block. This is definitely my favorite part. I made a square boat of foam wrapped in metal tape, and then I filled it with barely colored resin. Next, I cut up these sheets of reflective paper and put them in the resin. Lots of triangles and weird shapes. As always, I'd like to thank the band Aya for the use of their music in all of my videos. This song is called Celine. It's off their 3rd album, which is my favorite. Then I poured another layer of resin. The foam tape board worked okay. I didn't have any plastic, which would have been much easier, but this worked decently well. I cut the resin into 2 pieces and then glued and hot glued them into place. Somewhere before this, I also put in lights, just cheap fairy lights. Silver frames from spray painted cardstock encase the glass resin window thing I would then start working on the landscape. There's a bit of a dip right outside of the door, which needs to be crossed by a bridge. I would use more dollar store foam board and packing styrofoam. It's not the best material to work with, but I knew I would need bulk and it would be covered up with texture. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is a secure backup facility for the world's crop diversity on the Norwegian island of Spitsbergen in the remote Arctic Svalbard archipelago. The seed vault provides long-term storage of duplicates of seeds conserved in gene banks around the world. This provides security for the world's food supply against the loss of seeds in gene banks due to mismanagement, accidents, equipment failure, funding losses, war, sabotage, disease, and other natural disasters. The seed vault is managed by the Norwegian government, the Crop Trust, and the Nordic Genetic Research Center. The Norwegian government entirely funded the seed vault's approximately $8.8 million construction. The seed vault officially opened the 26th of February 2008, although the first seeds arrived in January of that year. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault contains 642 million seed and has the ability to hold 2.5 billion. I mixed up glue, paint, sand, gravel, and grout, and water, and all the landscaping foam got a bath in this stuff. I made a second batch that didn't have the gravel in to kind of cover up some of the spots that were missing and add a little bit more detail. Everything got a black wash and then a dry brush to pull it all together. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing and subscribing, my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I got a long way to go. I painted the whole building. Well, 90% of the building. When I was drawing in the lines, I realized I didn't need to do the whole thing because the back third would be covered by mountainside, so I didn't need to paint it either. But I never actually glued it down. I don't know why. But since the back isn't finished, I can't use it as a standalone building. I really don't know what I'm doing. This is my homemade snow recipe. 1 part Mod Podge to 2 parts baking soda with just a drop of metallic blue paint. The consistency of slightly runny toothpaste is what I'm looking for. I didn't want full snow coverage. I wanted some of the dark mountainside to show. I'm thinking the end of winter, when some of the snow has started to melt. I also sprinkled on Army Painter Snowflock. Everything got a black wash, because let's be honest, this building's kind of dirty in real life. There's no river or stream in front of the seed vault, but I wanted to put one. Who knows, maybe this is the part of winter when the snow has just started to melt and made it the slightest of streams. I'll let the music play as we head to the final shots.